while we introduce Keith Middleton and Craig Smith to the podium to talk or to provide an electrical subcommittee update. So can I introduce Keith and Craig to the stage? Just a little bit, Keith is Managing Director of Middleton Group Engineering, a team of 70 specialist power and renewable energy engineers and project managers. The team works across Australia and New Zealand. Is a professional electrical engineer with 25 years experience in traction power, transmission and distribution, renewable energy systems and heavy industry. Craig Smith, Sydney Metro. Welcome, Craig. Craig Smith is currently the Sydney Metro Director of Engineering, managing mechanical and electrical disciplines enterprise-wide. Craig brings with him nearly 40 years of engineering and railway experience, having started on the tools as a fitter and turner and progressing to a Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering with studies in pure mathematics and currently working on a doctorate, thesis for qualitative risk and multi-layered co-disciplines. Craig is also involved in the tertiary education field, lecturing in advanced manufacturing and being a member of the Professional Advisory Board of the Faculty of Engineering at IT at UTS, as well as a sitting member. That was a mouthful to get your name around, but welcome, Craig. Okay.
Thanks, Steve, for that introduction. So, look, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes just to give everyone here a bit of an update on what is the Electrical and Overhead Wiring Subcommittee doing under the PWI and what are our initiatives and how's it going to add benefit to our members. And then I'll hand it over to Craig, who's got a fantastic story to tell us about a really interesting project, some really good innovations on some of their projects. And also this afternoon, we've got Emily Williams and Steve Foster, who've got a really good story to tell us about some fantastic, let's call it capability building initiatives that they're doing at the Chillora Electrical Learning Centre. So just very, very quickly from my side, what are we doing? So the Electrical and OLE Subcommittee is really about bringing together our electrical and overhead wiring community to share knowledge, build capability and to improve safety outcomes. And the pictures on the screen there, that's our subcommittee. What I love about the subcommittee, is that we're all really passionate people about this industry and we want to make it better together. So it's been a pleasure to work with this crew. Reggie Wooden from John Holland, Colin Kenny from CPB, Stewie Sutherland from Lycopodium, Ian Prescott, aka the Prez from Lang O'Rourke, and then we've got two fantastic young people, Declan, and also Tanmay Regay, and these two people represent our future workforce, and it's really good having them influencing us and helping us to make sure that we're helping to develop an industry fit for the future. So it's really good fun working with these people. It's our first year that we've been really functioning as a subcommittee, and we're seeing more and more interest. I think the PWI traditionally has been track and civil and sort of changing the mindset about, hey, we're here, it's a whole of railway, electrification's a key part of it. We're seeing more people get involved. Just a quick question, how many people in the room, hands up please, if you consider yourself to be a rail electrification professional? How many have we got here today? Fantastic, look at that. Thank you, Reggie. So that's less than 5%, right? Which is a really good start. So next year, when we come back here and do this again, we're going to hear more about electrification and we're going to see more electrification professionals here. So that's our goal. Look, in terms of I want to pitch and punt for our Electrical Safety Quality Award. So Mark's talked about the awards night in February next year, and we're really pleased to say this is the first year we're running the Electrical Safety and Quality Award. And really, we're looking to celebrate and promote people in your workforce that are making a meaningful improvement to electrical safety or installation quality. And it's open to both individuals and businesses. And why would you do this? This is really all about basically people are working hard, right? It's really tough out there. People are going to leave the industry if they don't feel like they're a valued part of it. This is an opportunity to really promote the people that are doing the hard work in the field. So let's get some entries in. We've had one already, which is good, and the entries close on the 9th of December. What are we doing? So a couple of things we've been experimenting with this year very quickly. So regular technical forums. So the technical forums the PWI typically run, we're looking to run 2 forums per year that are specifically focused on electrification, open to all, of course. which is really about bringing our community together. Networking events, again, about the electrification industry in New South Wales is a bit fragmented, and this is the networking events is about bringing people together, build those relationships that can support the culture we need to deliver. And then, of course, the cadetship program, which we're really pleased to have Declan McLeary as our first electrical cadet, and it's been fantastic to see. When I first met Declan 18 months ago, he was a very first year at university, just finished his second year at university now, and fantastic to see. You're 2 feet taller than you were when you first started. You're already very tall. But this stuff matters, right? This stuff matters. Young people are our future, and the cadetship program is a way we can do it. Technical field trips. Kids are coming out of university these days with very little practical experience. Craig, you talked about starting on the tools, right? I started on the tools. You'll learn how things go together. Kids these days, they're not getting that experience. So these field trips are about getting our young people out to show them how to build a substation, show them how to commission, show them how to operate and maintain. So we'll be doing 4 of those next year, and of course our Electrical Safety Award. So those 5 things are where we've started. But we really want to make it better over time and really get electrification central in this fantastic PWI community. Thank you. So I'm going to hand it over to Craig and look forward to hearing about what you're doing with Sydney Metro, Craig. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the introduction and thanks for the invite to the PWI. I'll be really quick because I'm leading into lunch and I don't want to just hold you up any longer necessarily for that. The platform Mike laid for me as a metro builder, I want to get off here as quickly as I can. Honestly. Slide button. So one of the innovations that's being carried forward on Sydney Metro is that we're moving away from traditional 1500 volt DC traction to a 25 kV AC on the 2 new lines, that be Western Sydney Airport at Badgerys Creek and Westmead to Hunter through the Parramatta line. Those 2 new lines will go 25 kV AC due to the whole of life cost benefits. And in keeping with the theme of this conference of better for less, there's certainly some advantages in going 25 kV AC. That's really interesting. On my comms team, they took that slide off, but they'll know they put it back on. When you work for government, you've got to get everything vetted. Look, in all honesty, 25 kV AC or even 15,000 volt kV AC traction is the way to go. More than 50% of railways today are AC traction. Massive benefits. Always going forwards with technology, and as we get better solid state electronics, we get better efficiencies in the units. So the electronics drive the outcome. And put that in context, in the mid-1800s we had DC traction. Then it was about 1950s they started an AC, and it's only really become in the 1990s that AC drives with AC traction systems and overhead became viable because of the move of technology. And as we evolve as an industry, the industry carries forward those benefits. There's a couple of real big drivers to going to 25 kV AC. Number one for us as Metro, we buy a lot of real estate, is that we need less. Put it in context, for Parramatta line, we can get by with 1 bulk supply in-feed that'll have N-2 capacity, but also only 1 traction substation. In context, that would probably be 5 to 7 traction substations for the same equivalent length. That's a lot of real estate, And that's not cheap, and it costs a lot to maintain. So more for less, absolutely. Real estate's a really big one. The other benefit is we use a lot less overhead wire, copper, mass, and that relates to smaller portals, cantilevers that hold up the infrastructure. So we get a smaller footprint all round. The other real driver to going for static frequency converters with 25 kV AC is our energy suppliers have absolutely stipulated we cannot have feedback harmonics going back up through the line. AC systems generate a lot of EMI coming back out through the circuitry of subharmonic level, and static frequency converters solve that. By putting them in the front end, taking our 3-phase to a single phase, we actually dissipate that issue of going back up the line. The other real benefit of using this, we get a much higher efficiency recovery from regen braking. So it has a lot of benefits all around in cost. So those would also understand a very fundamental. Most of you in this room are well educated. You understand that power is a conversation between voltage by current. If we run at a higher voltage, we have less current. Less current, less diameter of copper wire. Why is that a benefit? Mid-2016 to mid-2022, the commodity price of copper doubled. It's a rare commodity, it's limited in its availability, and if we don't actually move towards less resources within our infrastructure, we will have a serious problem going forward. That is the most fundamental going through. So, all up, 25 kVAC on a whole of life basis is very beneficial for the railways. It's a modern technology. All of the traction supplies within the rolling stock are agreeable to its introduction, and it relates to a far better, more efficient outcome for a business. There are downsides. Not everything has all upsides. The arc gap distance is larger, but it's not incredibly larger, and it's manageable within the outcome. So, just put it in really simple. We get higher electrical efficiencies, we get a reduction in real estate and infrastructure, a reduction in volume of copper, and other resources necessary for the outcome. But it is a new introduction for New South Wales and does require some codes that currently sit with the AMB that will need to be complemented with it, and they have been written. These haven't been introduced at this point in time. But as an introduction of new technologies of better for less, 25 kVAC with Sydney Metro on our new lines is where we're introducing it. Thank you.